What's up, everybody? It is Sully, and we are doing another Southport 33 DC update. This is part 2. Part 1 was last week. If you haven't watched it yet, go ahead and click back a couple of episodes there, and you'll see what we've got going on and where we are at. So, if you've already seen that, here we are, part 2. Take a look behind me here, guys. We've got a pile of empty boxes going on here. If you remember from the last video, we had a lot of stuff going on into this boat. Well, the team has been hard at work putting all of that together. So part of that includes making the new Seaview mast. So as we go ahead and we cut away here, you see Shannon going to town, getting this new mast all built, and it's very detailed. We got to go ahead and get everything mounted up, installed, and on there. With that done, here is the finished product, guys. This is all done. We've got our FLIR M300 camera. You can see we've got our nav light. It's a little bit higher. Raise that up so we can see that over our FLIR camera. And everything has been de-badged on here. We've gone ahead and we've taken off the Garmin emblems, the Seaview emblems, the FLIR emblems, just to give it a really nice, clean look on here. So we also had the luxury of having the owner come down and take a look at the progress of his boat and just see some of the things going on and get a little hands-on with it. And that's one of the experiences we offer here when you're working with us. We want to make sure we are delivering a product that you want. So we've got that going on there. We've gone ahead, we have actually, as you can see, removed the underwater lights from the factory and installed the new Lumishore SMX 154 underwater lights. This is going to be the first Southport receiving those lights. Those lights are the newer, brighter, greener underwater lights. We got a whole episode of Sundays with Sally coming up on that. Those are 7,000 fixture lumens. The outgoing model was 5,500 fixture lumens, so those are going to be considerably brighter. Also talking on the Lumishore front, as we look here, you can see Shannon building the modules and getting everything all in place. We like to build a separate board for those, so it makes mounting those things very simple and very easy and serviceable with everything in one place, power feed, fuses, everything, as you guys can see right there. So we've got that going on. And then as we jump on board here, we take a look down in here. You can see we have a pair of transducers like we talked about last week. Those are the B175 high wide and the B175 low, and those are going to be going into a GSD 28 sounder module. So that's gonna be the brand new sounder module on here as well. While we're back here, you can see the wires still need to be run, but you can also see we have mounted the JL M6 10-inch sub and the JL M6 7.7 speaker. So we got some nice sound back here, and to complement it, we've got another JL M6 7.7 right there. So it gives a really nice full sound. If you guys remember in the last video, we have 4 speakers in the hardtop here, plus another pair up in the bow. So we got a really good sound stage on this boat. Also, when we were on board this boat last time, we had a lot of wires hanging down right here, as you guys will remember. Well, now what we've done is we've gone ahead and we've got a Deutsch plug right here. So we've already got our wires. As you can see, everything's nicely labeled for the lights, for the FLIR, and for the radar, all on one plug. And then we've got our AIS and VHF. And then we've also got our other plugs here as well for the FLIR and for the radar. But it makes it very simple because now we just have matching on the other side of that mast that we built. You can now plug everything in really easy. There's no messing with terminal strips or anything else. So if we have to work on it, somebody else has to work on it. It's got to get transported over the road. It just makes life very easy. And then also while we're back here, let's talk about the light we've gone ahead and put up here. As you can kind of see, pan the camera around, we have the Lumitech Razor light. It's a low profile light, and that's a floodlight. So that's if he's coming in at night. This canvas is normally rolled up on a boat like this. So these floodlights that are kind of tucked up in there, you can see those right there, those end up kind of getting a lot of glare and everything. So we've gone ahead and we've put this light in up here, and now we're going to have a really good light. If we're backing into our dock, we're fishing, we're working lines in the morning, whatever that is, it's going to be really easy to do. So We've got all that going on. And then as we make our way on board, you're going to see we have our grid remote, and that's going to fall right at hand as you're sitting in the chair right here when we're working with that 92 display, or the 9222 display rather. So we're going to have that functionality there. You can see we have our Scan Strut phone charger. This is one of two. You can see we've already got the holes drilled here to get ready to mount that. Speaking of Scan Strut and what we have going on as well, we also have another one of their charging pads. This is kind of that inductive pad, and that's just going to sit right here. So the phone's going to sit really nicely in there, and you're going to be able to charge your phone. So it's just another nice feature. As we make our way forward here, we look on the other side, you can see all of the wiring. We've got most of the home runs done into places. We've got this here, and a lot of that wiring is actually going to go, we've got more wire down there. That's going to be for our stereo power and amps and RCAs and speaker wires and all that stuff. Like we talked about before, we have all of the lighting already swapped over to the Lumishore Lux lighting for the down lighting. While talking about Lumishore, we also have this 50-inch curved light bar right here from Lumishore that we're also going to be able to control from our MFD as well as from a switch. We'll be able to adjust the brightness and everything with that. And that is going to be mounted right up there. So we've got that going on. Everything's starting to come together. It's coming along really nicely. I think next week we're going to see an even bigger improvement closer down the line here, with the exception of waiting for that display over my shoulder there. We got to get that all done and in. Once that gets on hand, it's going to be a little bit of time, but it is moving along nicely, guys. Thank you for tuning in. If you have any questions about this build, please leave it down below in the comments, and we'll see you guys next week with another update. Peace.